Get in! Well, welcome back to Life on Cars. It's Paul here, and today I'm doing a job on the Rolls-Royce. Now, do you know what a badge bar is? I didn't either until I became a Rolls-Royce owner. So you sometimes see Rolls-Royces and Bentleys, and you see other classic cars with a badge bar fitted on the bumper. And you can mount various club badges, old RREC badges, AA badges, etc. onto the badge bar using something called a Desmo clip, I think it is, if I'm right in saying that. Correct me if I'm wrong. Now I've been thinking about putting a badge bar on my Silver Spirit 3. I've looked at various photographs of Rolls-Royces of this era, well, specifically the Spirit with badge bars on. I've even seen the Rolls-Royce Silver Spirit with a badge bar on, so that's the car that came after this car. And I'm just undecided, so I've left it and not really given it much thought since. But then my good friend John, who I met when I joined the Rolls-Royce Enthusiast Club, you might remember John because we did an episode on his beautiful Rolls-Royce 2025 and his Rolls-Royce Silver Cloud 3. If you're interested in checking out those beautiful cars, go and have a look at the information on this video. I'll put some links into those videos on his beautiful cars. But yeah, anyway, John has given me a badge for the front of the Rolls-Royce. So now I have a dilemma. So yeah, John has given me a lovely Rolls-Royce Enthusiast Club badge, which I'll show you in a minute. And but I've decided that I don't want a badge bar on the Rolls-Royce. The thing with the badge bars is, if there was one already fitted, great, I'd have probably left it on. But to fit one, you have to drill the bumper, so there's no going back because they bolt on through the bumper. However, I've had another thought. I want to fit this badge that John's given me on the front, so I think I'm going to mount it on the grille, on the Rolls-Royce grille. Now I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, oh Paul, don't spoil that beautiful Rolls-Royce grille. Well, don't worry, I'm not going to be drilling it or anything like that. I'm going to have a look and see if I can come up with a way of clamping the badge onto the Rolls-Royce grille. So let me show you the badge first, and then we'll pop the grille off, get it down on the floor, and we'll have a look at some options for fitting the badge. Right, got the grille off. If you don't know how to take the grille off one of these Rolls-Royce Silver Spirits, then you need to check out an episode I did a long time ago, last year, which was when I took the grille off because I needed to repair the Flying Lady, or the Spirit of Ecstasy as it's known as, on the top of the grille, which is, I've just tucked her down out of the way for safekeeping. But yeah, she needed a repair on this. They're not too bad to take off these, so check that video out. So the grille's off, and let me show you this lovely badge that John has kindly given me from his collection. Look at that, isn't that lovely? It's got the RREC on the bottom, and obviously you can see what it's supposed to look like. It's supposed to look like a Rolls-Royce grille, and it's in lovely condition. There's two holes in the bottom because normally this is, like I say, mounted using a badge bar and a bracket. But what I fancy doing is kind of having the badge on the grille. So something like that, and then obviously putting a couple of screws through, and then using something like a bracket on the back to hold it in place. So what do we think? Do we think over to the left, or would it actually look quite nice in the middle? My feeling is the middle. If I can make it work, if I can get it to go in the middle, then I think it would look quite nice. Right, I hit a problem already. On the Rolls-Royce, the slats are angled to the left and right. They're not straight, if that makes sense. So you'll see the problem. If you look, can you see that wherever I put that, the bolts are not going to go through straight because of the grille. That's unlucky. So it won't mount in the middle like that, because as you can see what's happening there, it's cranking the nut over. In fact, it's not going to go anywhere, because to get a screw straight. So if I went to the left, the far left like that for the badge, you can see the problem. It's just not going to accept two bolts through because of the angle of the fins. Oh dear. I wonder if hang on a minute, there's a bit of a, if I just pull that up, there is a little bit of a gap there between the bottom frame and the fins. So I wonder if that will just, oh, oh, hang on, that's nice. The bracket will actually tuck between the bottom frame and the fins. Oh, hang on a minute, I like that, because that's hiding the screws as well, isn't it? Hey, hang on a minute, might be onto something here. Yeah. I think that's quite discreet. What do you think? I actually quite like that on the bottom. And I like how you're not seeing the heads of the I was going to use these stainless steel screws, but the thing is I can't just leave it slotted in like that, because anybody who for whatever reason thought they could try and pull it off, they'd find that they could actually just pull it out if they it would actually probably sit in there without any intervention, but obviously we don't want it, so it could be just pulled out. So I need to figure out a way. I wonder if we can get behind here. Let's have a look. Now I've turned the grille around, and can you see down there? So let me see if I can show you. There is actually, where that bottom frame there, there is actually a gutter if you like, or a space behind there. So I'm wondering if I can possibly get a screw through the bracket, and I think there'd be enough room down inside there for it to accept a screw head, and then I'm wondering if we can possibly put a bracket at the back to accept a nut through to stop it from being taken off. I'm going to have a think about this, see what we can come up with. I have had this to bits before, and when I repaired the mechanism for the Spirit of Ecstasy, you can take these, there's two screws here. This holds this lower mount on. There's a screw there, there's another screw in the middle, same again on this side, another 3, and then you can actually pull this away from the outer frame, and that would give us a bit more access to possibly get a bracket on behind. I'll tell you what, I'm going to take these screws out and then we'll see what we're looking like. Actually, before I take the screws out, I've just slid the badge in there. So the badge, I've slid the badge in where I'm thinking, can you see? Let's see if we can get it on the light for you. So the two holes that are already in the badge are unfortunately just in the wrong place to don't know if you can see there. They're just not quite in the right place. I might have to put another hole, John, in the middle of those two. But if I do that, I think then yeah, if I put another hole in between the two that are already on the badge, I think that we can then get either a washer on the back here. This bracket I've got in my hand here, the holes are not in the right place, they're too high up. It almost wants maybe just a big washer or something on the back there. I think I can make this work. I'm gonna have to pop the grill forward though, because otherwise I won't be able to get a nut through the back of the badge, because the nut's going to be hidden behind this bottom frame here. Right. Yeah, I think I can make this work. Okay, let's take the screws out. I've just zoomed in a little bit there to show you. So there's the badge. Can you see? That's one of the existing holes that's in the badge there. Look, and I think this is going to work, because can you see where the lower frame is there? Can you see there's clearance? There's enough space there, I think, for the head of the bolt or the screw to sit behind that lower frame. And so all I need to do is I just need to make a hole through the badge in the middle here, because the holes unfortunately are in the wrong place. So yeah, I'm going to put a little hole in the middle of there. Obviously you won't see that when it's done, and then we'll be able to put a screw in and something to secure it. Nice slow speed on a drill when you're doing something like this. Looks like the badge is brass, so that's a nice soft metal. Right, I'm going to countersink that now as well. Just to give us as much clearance as possible. Right, there's our new hole through and countersunk. Sorry John, and sorry I had to add a new hole, but it's going to be worth it I think. Right, next step. Right, I've taken all them screws out the bottom on the Silver Spirit. So what that allows you to do is to bring the fin section forward slightly. As you can see now, if I turn it right round, see what's happened now? It's moved the fin section away, and that'll just give me access now to pop a screw through, and the screw is going to sit in that little gutter there, which is the front frame, and I don't think it'll interfere because it's just going to sit behind. So let me see if we can get a screw through. Well, excellent news, it's gone in and the frame's gone back to where it needs to be, so the screw is not hindering the alignment of these holes on the bottom, and the badge is sat in. As you can see, there's the badge, look, just moving around on the front, and it looks like we can put something on the back of there. Now obviously my bolt that I've put through is too long, I'm going to cut that down. So what I've ended up doing is just fashioning a little L-shaped bracket, and with a hole down the middle, and I'll show you where that's going to sit. So that's just going to sit there on the back in the middle of those two fins. So all I need to do now is to pop a washer on there and a couple of nuts. I'm using a stainless steel bolt, but the bracket is just zinc I think, so I might just put a blast of matte black on that just for a bit of protection, but I'll probably end up putting a blob of grease in the back anyway to prevent any corrosion, and we'll see where we're at when we've done that. Well, we're done. There we are, little bracket in place at the back, sitting nicely, and I can probably just see there I have double nutted the stud because it's not a nylock. I don't think it'll come loose to be honest, but I've done what we call double nutting. So I've basically stacked two nuts on top of each other and locked them together just so that doesn't come loose. But yeah, a very simple solution really, I think. Just a tiny little bracket sitting at the back of the frame there. Everything's gone back together, all the screws have gone back in, and the badge is absolutely bang in the middle. So let me get the grille cleaned up and then I'll show you. Grille still looks absolutely amazing since I used the little mini machine polisher on it. So if you haven't seen that video, again I'll put a link in the video description. But there's the badge, look, sitting proud right in the middle of the grille at the bottom with the studs hidden away, absolutely solid on there, won't move, won't come off, and is nice and secure. So yeah, I'm really pleased with that. So let's get it back on the car and get some final shots. Well, I really like that. I think it looks great, and it's a mark of friendship from John. But not only that, it's a mark of friendship from the people I've met in the RREC in the North East region, and I've met some people from the Yorkshire section as well, and they've been absolutely fantastic since I've joined the club. And I'm looking forward to meeting some more RREC members, because I'm off to the Northern Rally at Harewood House near Leeds very soon. So that should be a good day out, and the badge will be proudly on display on the front of the Rolls-Royce there. So listen, I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, don't forget to give me a like and subscribe if you haven't already done so. It does help the algorithm on YouTube, and it helps to keep bringing people to the channel. But one last thanks to John, and thanks to each and every one of my subscribers for continuing with the journey with me on this Rolls-Royce. There's lots more to come. There's various jobs that I'm still not happy with that need sorting on the car, but I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying using it, and I'm hoping to continue to do so for many more years. Anyway, listen, take care, drive carefully, and I will see you soon with the next installment on Life on Cars. Bye guys, bye bye, bye bye.